Hey, so in this training, I want to give you a really quick insight as to what it's like to do the coaching process or a coaching session with me. And by doing this now, it's not only going to save us a bunch of time, it's going to allow us to go a lot deeper with the session. So, with the work that we're doing. So, when it comes to personal development work, the inner game, mindset work, emotional clearing, energetic release, these concepts can come across as quite spiritual, intangible, or woo. So, the way that I like to approach personal development is actually in the way that we're going to approach it. It's going to be very systematic, very structured, very strategic. And this is going to allow the work to be very grounded then in real world application and tangible results. So, that being the key difference, my approach in how I've experienced any other coach's process, the one other key thing here is that on this call right now, I'm actually going to ask you, can I have permission to cut you off should you go into a story? And it's by giving me this permission that when we start the coaching session, I'll ask you to clear the space, which is really just updating me on everything that's been coming up for you, whatever's alive for you, so that you can be then fully present in the session. And by sharing what's been going on in relationship to maybe the goal or the challenge that we're working on together, you'll come to a point where I'll hear maybe disempowering language, I'll see or sense negative emotion or a limiting pattern. And it's at that point where normally in day-to-day life we wouldn't be able to do this, but in the process of coaching in the session, because you've given me permission to cut you off, I can actually ask you to just pause. And then what we can do is actually apply a series of specific questions to whatever that thing is. And it's at this point, I'd love you to consider this statement that a problem well stated is a problem half solved. That once we identify in the coaching session, in the container where we've built a lot of rapport, cleared the space, there's a lot of unconscious safety and trust. You've given yourself the gift of the time of the time and the space to unpack this thing, that we can get to the truth. We can uncover a truth that maybe you've never told anybody else or yourself around this challenge, goal, or desire. And just by simply stating what the challenge is for you specifically, slowing it right down to get to the core, the root core of what this challenge is, there's a high chance that just doing that could solve half, if not the whole challenge. Now, let's say at that point that we get at least 50% of resolution there. What we'll do then, if it's not completely resolved, is we'll do an emotional release technique, and we'll find the original event, the root cause of where this incongruency was created, and release the emotional or energetic charge in relationship to this goal or challenge. And once we've done that, that's essentially the whole coaching process. What I'll then do is give you one, two, maybe three key what I call integration tasks. And they could be one be really easy, one with medium difficulty, and a third one which might be even more difficult normally. Now, an example might be for the easy one, it might be to go to a massage, go for a walk, go do some journaling, some self-care. The second one might be to go and have a conversation with, maybe there was a person in relationship to your goal or challenge that came up in the process. It might be to just go and have a conversation with them without any expectation of anything happening, simply observing how that interaction unfolds with the new perspective without the emotional charge in the way. And the third integration task, that might be the most normally the most seemingly difficult. Let's say it's something to do with your business or a bigger challenge in the real world in relationship to your goal or challenge. Because the emotional charge will no longer be there, or be so much less than, say, before with the release technique in the session, you'll find that magic will naturally unfold. Maybe the action step's not so, it's really easy to go and do, or maybe you don't even need to go and do it. There's some other opportunity that's going to show itself. So that's the whole coaching process in a nutshell. And I'm really excited to go through this with you and really honored to guide you through it. Looking forward to going deep. Make sure you watch the rest of the trainings, and I'll see you on either the next training or in your first session. Have a great day.